Hey, it's going to YouTube, so you know it's best here. Today is finally the day that Apple has unveiled their latest creation, the iPad. It's actually the name of their brand new tablet device. Much anticipation for a long time. People's been expecting this actual tablet for years now, but Steve Jobs finally unveiled it. This was the only thing that happened at their event today. The only thing they talked about was the iPad and its software and hardware. But the device, actually, look at the device here, the design of it is pretty sleek. It has an aluminum backing. It's very thin, a very thin device. The screen is a nice looking screen because it has a black border around it. So that's good because they don't want to push the screen all the way to the edge. And so when you're holding it, the touch screen won't be accidentally hit by your thumbs or something like that. So the actual device looks awesome. The device is a very clean looking device. It has a 9.7 inch diagonal LED backlit glossy display. It also has the IPS technology, which is going to be like, no matter what angle you're at, it shouldn't see a lot of glare or anything like that. It's 1024 by 768 pixels. So the people actually got their hands on with the device. I think the actual screen looks actually beautiful. It's kind of like holding a big iPhone, looks kind of like a big iPhone. And so the screen actually does look pretty good. Fingerprint resistant oliphobic coating, basically the same thing on the 3GS to kind of keep the grease from your fingers off of it. And so it's going to come in two models as well. So the first model is going to be a Wi-Fi only model, and that's going to be one that's actually shipping first in 60 days. And the second model is actually going to be a 3G enabled model, which you can actually get on AT&T's 3G network on this device. Now the good thing about this, and this is actually for me saved this whole event because overall the event was kind of because we had a lot of anticipations, but this right here really kind of sold it for me. As far as data plans, you know, the normal data plan is about $60 a month for a company with a 2-year contract. It's pretty much standard for unlimited data. Now with this iPad, you're actually going to be able to get unlimited data just for $29.99 a month, no contract. You can activate it on the iPad device itself. You don't need to go to a store, don't need to call anybody. And also if you want a 250 meg internet, I think it's $19.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. Again, it's contract free. So this may be a seller to a lot of people who want that who use data cards, stuff like that, because I use the MiFi. That's $60 a month. Even though I can have it on 5 devices, I normally don't, but that's $60 a month with the contract. So this is actually a good selling point. And also it's going to be having, as far as the inside of it, it's going to also have Bluetooth 2.1. It's going to have digital compass. It's going to have assisted GPS. The Wi-Fi and the 3G model. So it looks like the 3G model is only going to have assisted GPS, I believe. And also in the box, you'll receive a dock connector because you can sync it via USB. So you can plug it into your Mac, plug it into your MacBook Pro, whatever Mac you want to plug into, and actually sync it just like you're syncing the iPhone. So it should work on Windows as well. And so you can sync everything with your iTunes library, back it up as well, just like you do on the iPhone, which is a pretty simple method but effective. It does have a accelerometer in there, and the accelerometer looks actually probably a little bit better than what you find in the iPhone right now. It also has an ambient light sensor, so it can heighten, brighten, or dim the screen brightness depending on what your location is as far as the lighting in the room. Now, as far as the processor speed, let's look at the horsepower. It features a 1 gigahertz Apple A4 custom designed high performance low power system on a chip processor. Basically, this comes from P.A Systems, which is a company that Apple actually bought up a few years ago, and so they got their own processor in here. So you're looking at trying to get away from using Intel and go to their model of just a company that can do every single thing for their products for the most part. And so they're using that processor, and the people who got their hands on it said the processor is very speedy. Moving around the OS of the actual iPad actually was pretty smooth, pretty fast, and efficient. Now looking at the OS, it's just really basically a big iPhone or iPod Touch as far as the OS. So it's not running any type of modified version of Snow Leopard. All your applications do have a little dock there, which you can have dock 4 applications, and also you can have the applications on your screen. Looks like you can add and change the background image though. So it looks like the operating system is really dumbed down. It's really simple. Everybody should be able to use it, not having problems with it really. Now one thing I'm looking forward to, and a lot of people in the Ustream chat to, when somebody's actually going to jailbreak this thing when it comes out. That's going to be fun to see. A lot of good things come with that, but we'll keep an eye on that. Let's see about the pricing. Now the pricing for this iPad is actually pretty good. This is another thing that actually saved the event for me. Excuse me. So the upfront cost, so say you want just the base version of the iPad, just one, this is the base version, it actually only starts at $499. Not a bad price. It's 16 gigabyte solid state, and it's $499. Not a bad price. It doesn't come with a 3G chip, nothing like that. Now $599 if you want the 32 gig, and $699 if you want the 64 gig solid state as far as the memory. Now upfront cost if you want the 3G version of it. So the $499 version actually goes to $629. Then the 32 gig goes to $729, and then the 64 gigs go to $829. So it's not a bad price. Engadget did a good comparison about the pricing versus the iPhone as far as use, data use, and all that stuff. As far as going over 2 years about actually how much this thing is going to cost you, it actually comes out to be cheaper than what an iPhone will cost you as far as data. Now the iPad doesn't have it doesn't have any voice capabilities. It does have a microphone and speaker, but it does not have a camera for some reason. But anyway, I'm pretty sure you can be able to use Skype on this, especially get the data plan, so that can work out for you. And I'm pretty sure other people will make some applications to be able to do some phone calling over it. So I think the lack of the camera is actually a big thing because everybody expected a camera in it. I don't think it's that much for Apple to actually put a camera in it. I don't see why not, but they're probably waiting that for the next model, give you some reason to upgrade. But I think overall the iPad is a good device for the market that is going after. We had a nice little argument in the in Ustream talking about whether this thing is actually worth getting. And basically what I came to, my opinion on it, I think that if you have an iPod Touch and an iPhone, you may not need to get it. It may not be for you. You'll probably don't have to spend the money for it. But if you've always been wanting like an iPod Touch or an iPhone, just don't want to get it for some reason, you're stuck in a contract, this is a very good device to give you those type of functionality because you can still run nearly virtually all the applications in the App Store on the iPad itself. So almost all the applications run right out the box. You can run them and they can actually scale up. So you can open up the application. It looks kind of just the same size that it was on the iPhone. And also you can hit the full screen button and take up the full screen of the device. So that's awesome to be able to use all the applications straight out the box. And also one thing with that, they also released a new 4.0, well, they're going to be releasing a new SDK for the iPhone, iPod, and the iPad as far as giving developers some more tools to actually upscale the applications or kind of change their applications to fit the iPad needs. So anyway, back to the point here. The device is kind of going for that niche market, kind of that Amazon Kindle, iPod type of market. And I think for the pricing starting at $499, that's not a bad deal at all. Not a bad deal at all. So it's a pretty good deal there. I think the device is going to be cool, going to be great. Again, the Wi-Fi only model shipping in 60 days, and the 3G model plus the Wi-Fi model is going to be shipping in 90 days. So I got to see which one I'm gonna get because I want the 3G model, but again, I want to get it first. So we'll see about that. But anyway, this is my presentation about the iPad. They also before I end it here, they also talked about iWork. This is another thing they talked about, iWork for the iPad. It's actually new applications, $9.99 each. For like Keynote and all that good stuff. It's pretty cool. It's all right. But other than that, the whole presentation really is just about the iPad. Nothing else different, but we'll keep an eye on that. But anyway, Soldier Knows Best here. Thanks for watching. I'll keep you more updated news about the iPad as it comes out, but I'll catch you later. Peace.